All right, boys, day one is in the books. Already talked the first two games. The Wolves made the Lakers just look small and bad. The Lakers' non-center lineups, while they are big forwards, they did not look big as a team in this one. And then the Pistons fell apart in the fourth quarter against the Knicks. But let's start with Lakers-Wolves. Have I, once again, wrongly picked against the Wolves in a round one series? It's very possible because, yeah, the Wolves, they shot insanely well from three. Like, they're not going to shoot over 50% from three for this whole series. But the way they were able to get so many good threes, especially out of the corner, where it's sometimes just as simple as like Ant get a Luka switch and then just drive at him. And because of the Lakers' small lineups, they just have to bring more help than a bigger team would have to. And so the challenge there for the Lakers is either, I guess, doubling or just bringing the help earlier or from a different angle to where the obvious pass is not right there in the corner. I mean, that play when Randall drove on, I don't remember who it was. It might have been like Austin Reeves or Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't know. But, and then Rui just hard helped out of the strong side corner. Like, nobody could miss this pass. And then it was a super wide open three for Naz Reid. I'm like, yeah, if that keeps on happening, we're going to be out of here in like 5 games at the most, man. I feel like that happened on most of Jaden's threes as well, where it's like, you know, Ant's driving at Reeves and then somebody's got a hard help from the corner or whatever. It's just different versions of basically the same type of three that happened however many times in this game. Also, speaking of Jaden, whether it's like pull up 2 on a zone, going at Austin Reeves on a drive, maybe he's got to put back his own miss or whatever, like an aggressive Jaden McDaniels just takes the Wolves to a different level. I mean, he was probably the best player in the game today. And then as far as Gobert and the whole like versus the small ball lineups thing, I mean, the one lob he got off of Randall running a screen with Conley was really cool, where Randall got open in the middle of the floor. Weird game for Randall overall. A lot of turnovers, shot well from the field. I don't know. So there was like one pick and pop with Rui and Luka, where it felt like Gobert kind of got stuck in no man's land. But I did think the Wolves also had plans for like, you know, if Gobert kind of gets switched onto Luka, Jaden might come back into the play, and then he and Rudy basically re-switch, which sounds really scary, but you do get like these little half-second windows of being able to do that on switches, depending on many different things. Is Luka off balance a little bit, stuff like that. If he sees it coming, then obviously you could plan for it. Gobert, you know, he had that great block on LeBron, guarding him in one-on-one. He did hold up well on a Luka switch. I mean, Luka went off in this game, but like, you know, I remember a switch where Gobert was fine and Luka missed a step back too or whatever. I also remember a Luka missed layup at the rim on Rudy, but yeah, I mean, Rudy had like 2 and 6 in 24 minutes. I don't know. I felt like the threes were the story of this game. And then we get to LeBron and Reeves, where, I mean, their stat lines look a little better than how it felt watching them in this, especially as the Wolves built up the 20-something point lead, where it just felt like those two were not able to get many advantages at all. And for Reeves, I mean, yeah, I know he had a bit of a third quarter thing there, but it just seems like he's going to have to mostly do his work against Ant, Dante, and Gobert waiting for him at the rim, so good luck. As I say that, there were possessions in there where Conley was on Reeves, so we'll see. But yeah, he's going to have good defenders on him all the time. I remember going into this thinking about, you know, LeBron using different types of screen actions to kind of get Randall moving defensively to where he could get by him. And it's not as if Randall was on LeBron the whole game. But yeah, LeBron did not leave much of an impression on me in this game. The chase down block was cool, but really, man, like, it might sound like I'm feeling kind of flat about the Lakers in this one. That's because I am. Like, besides Luka, I'm just like, what was that? I mean, I haven't talked about Luka much. Like, yeah, Luka was doing his thing. But yeah, the gist of this game for me was the Wolves generated some very easy corner threes, and it kind of demoralized the Lakers. And LeBron and Reeves were just kind of out there. Now let's go to Pistons-Knicks. A pretty fun game where the Pistons were rolling there for a minute, man. They are going to need Isaiah Stewart, so we're going to see with that one. But we did learn a lot of things before the Pistons collapsed. So we saw some Mitch Cat lineups, and I thought in the first half the Pistons would then like put Tobias in some sort of a set to where Cat has to be moving on the perimeter as opposed to just sitting there. Because of course Mitch is now on the center, you get that. We also saw the Pistons putting Brunson in a lot of actions. You know, Cade putting him in an action, hedge and recover. OG might get back to Cade, but he's got to close out to Cade, so that might open up a driving opportunity. If Brunson was on Hardaway, they're going to run some like down screens for Hardaway. One time he got a 3-point play because Brunson, you know, he had to get around like 2 different screens. Hardaway gets downhill for a score. You saw Schroeder making some jumpers, just going to work on Brunson. Like, they were doing everything they were supposed to do to have a chance in this thing. I mean, I know Cade didn't shoot great for the game overall, but he started to have some moments there of like, you know, putting Cat in the screen, and then Cat's high up, and then Cade gets by him for a layup or something. And then they were up 7 off of Malik Beasley getting a transition 3, and then things went south. Was it like the second Asar missed the dunk, like a curse just began for the Pistons? I don't know, but I mean, the Knicks did start to do a better job of either Cat high on screens, where he had at least 1 steal on Cade in that situation, or it was like 2 to Cade, and then there was that shot clock violation where they couldn't get a good shot, and it's like Asar underneath the basket. Brunson was getting comfortable on the Tobias matchup. Pistons, they just missed a couple of open shots, and then it was just self-inflicted from there, man. I mean, they just pretty much imploded. Like, I'm not telling the whole story here, but between, like, that bad inbound pass that Cade had, Asar's in transition and just, like, throws it behind himself to, I don't remember who it was, but it went out of bounds, is the point I'm getting at. And there was, like, a defensive 3 seconds in there as well. It was just, like, self-inflicted thing, play after play, or them just looking kind of shell-shocked and not knowing where exactly to go on offense, and that's the playoffs for you, I guess, man. We did see Cat just going to work, whether it's Tobias or Cade or Asar for 1 switch, or a very little amount of Isaiah Stewart. They're really going to need him because he's their best shot at guarding Cade or guarding Cat on the low block. But yeah, it was a great Cat game. They gave him just a clear side of the floor, basically. They said go to work in the post. The Pistons, I mean, if you told the Pistons that Cat's only going to have 2 free throws and most of the shots he's going to take are going to be like tough, I guess, 13-footers or so, I suppose they would take it, and they would just assume that he does not make nearly all of them, but he made nearly all of them in this game. So yeah, good stuff. Shout out OG and Campaign, did some stuff as well. Campaign, like 4th quarter, my goodness. That'll do it for me, man. Day 1 of the playoffs. It was a good time. It was also 10 hours of basketball. My brain's a little zapped, but it's just basketball. It's all fun.